It's the return of the Couch Bros. Here, starting live, your boy Rodman. And to the left of me, I have my boys Herb and Nick. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, players.
You already know who this is. It's your boy Herb from the Couch Bros.
Big dick, big balls, big money. Nicky Stacks on deck.
And today we have ourselves a newcomer, a very, very good friend of ours, an anime guru, introducing the homie Damo.
What up, man? Out here in Texas, man. Trying not to sweat too much.
And today we will be discussing, it is the summertime and it is an entire new season for anime. And we got a couple of treats to be talking about today. We're going to lead off with Wano Kingdom One Piece, which is very much anticipated. And then we got a couple of new series that just came out. Fire Force, Dr. Stone, and last but definitely not least, Vinland Saga, Viking shit. So Herb, you are the most up-to-date One Piece guy here. Why don't you go ahead and let the people know about Wano?
Alright, so definitely this episode we're doing the Summer Anime 2019 reaction. Pretty much all the new anime for this season came out at the same time. Wano came out. That's one of the most anticipated things about One Piece. Then you had Dr. Stone, probably one of the newest, most popular Shonen Jump Weekly anime mangas that's what's animated, as well as Fire Force, and then Vinland Saga. So everything came out pretty much this. We watched all of them. We loved all of them. I'm definitely going to start with Wano. Wano is a very special thing to all One Piece fans. Like, we've been talking about Wano for the past 7 years, and it's finally here, and it was amazing. The animation is crazy. The new art director was the same director for the Brawley movie, and it shows. The colors are crazy. The music, everything. Zoro is back. Anytime you get Zoro, like, what more do you fucking need? Like, Zoro's out here slicing and dicing niggas, bro, and it's never looked any fucking better, bro. So yeah, this season looks like it's gonna be amazing. Like, and then you got My Hero that's gonna come back and finish off the season. I don't even know what to say, bro. Really don't know what to say. What about y'all boys?
I'm looking forward to Wano. I'm still trying to catch up. I made it my mission to catch up to One Piece. Me and Nick just started Dressrosa, so we got a little bit. We got like a couple, 200 episodes, 250 episodes to go till we catch up. But I've heard a lot about Wano. I saw the trailer. It looks really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Wano has to offer when we get around to it.
I honestly didn't know anything about Wano until midway through the last arc of One Piece, when they were fighting Caesar Clown and they ran into Firefox Kinemon.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first I had ever heard mention of the Samurai Kingdom. So based on that, I'm pretty fucking stoked about it. It sounds like it's going to be dope. And then based on what Herbie's saying, I can't wait to see the art direction.
Yeah. The art direction is really a fucking, like, it's really amazing. I can honestly say I haven't seen One Piece look any better. I haven't seen it animated any better. Now, that's just going off of one episode. But you can tell just from the opening. The opening is crazy. Like, you see Kaido, you see everybody, you see all the colors and that Japanese lore with the whole samurai aspect of it. Like, to One Piece, like, super fans, this is a big deal. And we were not let down. Toei Animation said, we're going to sacrifice the last 3 arcs just for this, and it's been everything and more. Like, a lot of people would have talked down on the fucking Whole Cake Island arc. They said it was too long, and then a lot of people were mad at the Reverie arc because they had to put a lot of filler, but it's all worth it. I understand why. They were taking their time working on Wano in the background, and you could really tell, like, everything is spot on. Everything. Like, you get reintroduced to all your favorite characters too. Frankie's back, Usopp is back, Zoro is back, like I said. So the whole crew is back together, and now they're gonna meet up again, and it's really about to be a real One Piece story once again. So that's what I'm really, really excited for. Like, it's really fucking dope. But this entire season of anime, not just the summer season, the beginning, we had the Roro. What else did we have?
Rise of the Shield Hero.
Rise of the Shield Hero.
The Abyss.
We had Slime. The time I got reincarnated Slime. This has been a very, 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 very strong year. 2019 is, and we've already discussed, we're going to probably have another episode where we're going to try to figure out what is the GOAT year of anime. 2019 is definitely making its fucking case. Like, it's really crazy, dog.
Demon Slayer, bro.
Oh my fucking god, I forgot about Demon Slayer. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you watch the new episode?
Bro, I didn't even watch the episode, bro. Don't talk to me.
Bro, we ain't gonna say nothing, man.
Don't talk to me, bro.
We ain't gonna say nothing, man. It was a good little episode.
Yo, Boar Man gets paid.
Boar man gets paid. But nah, Herb, you already got me kind of, I got a few arcs to go, but you got me ready for Wano, man. But in any case, we should let's dig into the new animes. You know what I'm saying? The #1 episodes, and we were gonna start with what? Fire Force? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, but you know what? Before we do Fire Force, let's go with Dr. Stone, because I really want to cook for Fire Force, bro. I need a whole like 10-15 minutes to go for Fire Force, bro.
I feel you.
So yeah, let's go with Dr. Stone. So your opinion on Dr. Stone, because in going forward, we're just gonna go like One Piece. One Piece is 20 years old. It has its own thing. We don't really have to break anything like that.
Right.
This is what we're gonna do for the rest of the episode. We're gonna talk about these 3 animes that we just saw. Obviously, there's more animes. Probably can highlight a little something more. We'll say that for our next episode. But for this episode going forward, we're gonna be talking about Fire Force, Dr. Stone, Vinland Saga. I feel like those are gonna be the 3 biggest animes of this summer. So we're gonna go ahead with start with Dr. Stone. So your opinion on Dr. Stone, and everybody's gonna go ahead and give their opinion and just rate it, what you thought the episode, and what you think is gonna go going forward with that actual series.
I thought it was a solid like 9. The concept is definitely different from your usual anime. The one thing I really liked about it is, I didn't expect them to be gone for 3,700 years, man. You know, like you're thrown into this setting to where everybody's just chilling one day and then a petrification happens. Next thing you know, I think Taiju is the other guy's name, because Senku is the scientist, right?
Senku is the scientist. Taiju is his homeboy.
Yeah, so Taiju gets turned to stone, and he holds on to the love for his girl. I forget her name at the moment. And once he's able to break out of being in stone after 3,700 years, you see him link back up with Senku, and then you're thrown into this it's like a whole brand new world. You know what I'm saying? It's just nature's back. They have to start civilization back from the beginning, and I think that's a really, really, really definitely interesting concept. Definitely a breath of fresh air as opposed to the same old, young adventurer set out on a journey to fight monster, or I want to be the king of this and that. Definitely an interesting take.
All right, so Nick, go ahead and just explain, what did you think? What was your general opinion, Dr.
Overall, I'd give it an 8. Like Rod said, it's a very fresh concept. I didn't really know what to expect going in. Senku and Taiju are 2 pretty dope characters. I happen to like Taiju a little bit more because he's not so much of a douchebag. But what really has me intrigued, the art direction was really good. The animation was pretty good. The colors all popped. The characters were likable for the most part. And the world was set up very nice too. They gave you just enough of an overlook at what was going on throughout the world through wide angle camera shots to show you that everything has changed. And I'm really excited to see how Senku decides to shape the new world, since he actually made a comment about it that him and Taiju are the new Adam and Eve. And they're going to basically get to decide how this new world gets governed and who gets woken up and who gets to do what. And I think that's going to be a pretty dope saga.
Okay, so with me, the thing I find funny is, especially with Taiju, bro, this is a whole new world. You can drink and be underage, bro. That is a man of his fucking morals, bro. His morals kept him alive for 3,700 years, and he didn't go into the fucking void because he was determined to tell this girl that he loved. Bruh.
The amount of willpower that takes, my G, oh my
bro,
goodness.
I'm out after that first day, bro. And then you got Senku, that.
This man counted every second, bro. This man counted every second until he was able to be
for 3,700 years.
That's insane.
Yo, somebody do the math on that. How many seconds is that?
Bro, we're gonna leave it to the guy that did it, bro. I'm not. My brain doesn't work that good, bro. I'm gonna leave it to the guy with the green and fucking gray hair, bro, with the high top, dog. Bro, but my favorite thing, or the thing I'm most intrigued about, is somebody did that to the whole civilization,
right?
And that's what I want to know. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of twists and turns and a lot of shit that we don't expect. If the premise is, hey, it's 2 guys, they're going on a journey, they're gonna rebuild civilization, I think it's gonna be way different than that. I think there's gonna be actual enemies. I think there's gonna be a bunch of antagonists. I think that somebody did that and they got away with it, and it's gonna be up to Senku and Taiju to actually figure that shit out. So for me, just on the premiere, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. They're definitely keeping things close to the vest. I don't read the manga, so I don't know what's gonna happen. So I decided, because I've been hearing about it for a long time, but once I found out I was getting an anime, I said, you know what, I'm gonna wait. I wanna enjoy a anime every week.
Yeah, not already know what's gonna happen.
I already know, because I made that mistake with Promised Neverland. I got addicted. Next thing you know, 100 chapters in, bro, I got jaded, bro. I couldn't even watch the anime no more. So I said I'm not gonna do that with Dr. Stone. So we're gonna go ahead and ride that shit out. So I'm definitely gonna try to give it a solid 8. Dom, what was your opinion on Dr. Stone, bro?
I liked it. I was giving a pretty good solid rating too. What I liked the most is that the concept was so different. I think it came out at an appropriate time too. Especially this season was really action heavy. And I think Dr. Stone's gonna be like nice and refreshing, just to have something like different. So definitely kudos points for that. We haven't had a survival anime in like a really, really long time. So it's gonna kind of be interesting to see how they're gonna like handle all these challenges and stuff like that. And I'm kind of curious if even old girl's gonna even like him like 4,000 years later, because that's just like the anime thing. Like, you just think about a girl every day for 4,000 years, and then she's like, fuck it, don't even want them. So yeah, I'm cool with the B rating.
Do she got any choices though? Who she fucking? It's either him or Senku, bro.
It's true. I don't think she has the choice.
You also have to consider the possibility that she's gone completely insane.
That is true, but because this is a shonen, everybody just has the fucking mental capacity to handle being stuck for 3,700 years, bro.
Bro,
Me, I'm going crazy. Fuck that.
Bro, imagine spending 24 hours being stuck in stones in your thoughts, dark, bro.
Y'all would not like jail.
No. I'm just saying, it's like not everybody can handle that. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can handle that.
And even then, nobody's in jail for 3,700 years, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's debatable if you believe in hell.
Fair enough. All right, so I gave it an 8. Rod gave it a 9. Nick 8, and then a B is probably an 8 for Dom as well. So all in all, we all enjoyed it. Like that's the best thing I can say. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely want to see where it's gonna go. Now let's go on to the next anime. Hands down. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga has a different attachment for me. So that's a match made in heaven. That's like a saxophone on the beach, bro. Like we gonna say Vinland Saga played Fire Force though. That's a 10. I don't give a fuck.
Yo,
you can call me a hype beast or what? That's a fucking 10.
Shoot style Bakugo, bro.
It's bro. I wasn't expecting that Fire Force, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Blew me away, dude.
And again, we're not saying that the series as a whole is a 10. We're just talking about first introduction to the series. That's a 10. That's how you come out the gate. Like animation, A1. The story, A1. The world, A1. How, like, on our first episode, I brought up Fire Force. A lot of people didn't know about it. I was aware of it. I saw the trailer and I had to go look it up. But that just shows you, like, there's something about anime where it doesn't matter what the fucking
subject material is.
It doesn't matter what the subject material is. They go, if you get the right team behind it, they gonna make that shit dope. Like a fire team, bro. Like that shit is fucking hard, bro. Go ahead. What y'all boys think about it?
I'll say this, man. They somehow managed. The Japanese people, they're magical at it, bro. They somehow managed to make firefighting really cool. And the whole concept with the spontaneous combustion and infernals. I thought that was a really nice touch. The action in the show is 100% just fire. No pun intended. Like, bro, it's like, and the whole concept of the pyrokinetics, they have second generation pyrokinetics, they have third generation. I don't understand the prayer. Does the prayer do anything?
I don't give a fuck. It could do nothing to the story. I don't care, bro.
Nah, I'm just wondering, like, if regular people have, abilities.
From what I gathered, this is just from watching the first episode, but it seemed almost like the church, instead of being based on, like, Jesus Christ or a deity, they were based on the Great Flame of Fire. They kept repeating the Great Flame of Fire as if it was some sort of, like, holy end. And then Latom, what they say at the end, sounded like amen.
Yeah, so me, I didn't want to do the same thing as well. Like with Dr. Stone, I'm not going to do a Fire Force. I'm going to enjoy this ride. But I can say that Nick is on the right trail. Like, everything has a meaning behind it. That was the same thing when the same creator of Fire Force had Soul Eater. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more episodes you got into it, the deeper, and you realize there's a lot of layers to everything. Just if you go on the comments and you'll see, like, the people who read the manga and they'll leave comments, they'll be like, yo, you don't even understand what y'all about to get into. I'm like, bruh, I'm cooling. Like, let's do this. Bro. Like, so yeah, it's a 10 for me. Dom, I know you were excited. We were talking about it after we watched the episode, so go ahead and just give your general opinion.
Man, let me tell you, man, like, they gonna round the money, man. Like, that is some top tier, like, high quality production, man. Like, David Production did it, like, once again. Of course, they had, like, all that JoJo stuff, and, I mean, all that experience that they gained over there, they're definitely applying it over to Fire Force. I mean, just the way they handled the smoke, the way they handled, like, the lighting for, like, all the flames, when they were actually saving the lady in the warehouse, like, the way that the ceiling would light up around her, and then she had, like, a little tornado thing going on, and then, like, how do you beat fire with more fucking fire? Like, I don't know, man. Like, that shit, it makes no damn sense, but it's so, like, goddamn amazing. There's, like, a little mystery in there too, because you gotta figure out, like, the main character's backstory, like, what actually happened to, like, his family. I mean, it's just a lot there. And for one episode, I can't think of a better way to kick off an episode. You can tell a lot about the opening sequence. And as soon as he like did his like little flame kicker shoes or whatever and started like going in, I'm like, all right, yeah, this is gonna be like one for the season.
All right, so I'll put it like this, guys. To the people who's listening to the podcast, if you made it this far, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is how good that first episode was. I didn't even have time to learn everybody's name, bruh. I was just watching in amazement, dog. Like, I'm like, everybody's dope, bro. Like, the fuck?
Want to give a big shout out to the main character being named Shinra. Big Final Fantasy VII reference. If anybody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I only had Xbox, bro. So y'all got it. I was the lame nigga who had the Xbox on the block, bro.
Wild.
No, but I like Shinra as a character too. You know what I'm saying? It's like his whole trying to be a hero thing. It's kind of funny that when he gets nervous, he smiles, and it's like he gets blamed for being called the devil when really it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, and I like that. I was always watching I watched a lot of the trailers. I'm like, why he's always fucking smiling, dog? So that was really, really smart. And you saw it several times throughout the episode.
Right.
Like, what you thought was him, if you saw the trailer, you didn't have any context. You just thought he was somebody who was like appreciating the praise. No, it's somebody who cannot deal with the praise, and it's just his nervous reaction to anything that happens, dog. And as soon as they said that, the very next scene he was getting praised and he was called a hero, and then he had to smile. He's just like, wow. So there was a lot of attention to detail too, bro. Like I really, 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 really enjoyed that shit, bro. Like me, I love clean animation. Like if it's clean, which is why One Punch Man season 1 is so high on my list. This is definitely going to be up there. This is up there with fucking Mob Psycho season 2 and Mob Psycho season 1 as well. Just the animation is flawless, bro. You know what I'm saying? So once you got flawless animation, you got me, bro. And you got me hook, line, and center. I don't give a fuck anything else, bro. Like, but the style and how they fighting and like and another thing I liked about it is the teamwork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big emphasis.
Yeah,
on that.
like the emphasis on teamwork. Like everybody plays a role. So when they introduce more characters and there's more people involved, like
I can't wait till they introduce the other squads because I think they're company 8. So you know, there's a bunch of other companies and they have their own fire powers. And I'm wondering if they have like cryokinetics and other kind of people with other powers. I'm wondering if it's just strict fire. That'd be dope. Like, or people who are like could control water, hydrokinetics. Dope.
I want to see if they dig more into the Infernal's backstory. Like, I understand there was a Great Flash, but I'd like to see if they dig into possibly what caused the Great Flash, if there's anything that leads to becoming an Infernal, because right now, it seems like it really is just spontaneous human combustion. It could happen to anyone at any time, which in my opinion creates a really dope world where everyone is constantly in fear of something that you can't fight.
Yeah, everybody's on edge.
You know what that reminds me of? And I'm gonna go ahead and get to you as well, Dom. It reminds me in a way with The Walking Dead, where it comes to find out that everybody's infected, so everybody has the ability to turn into a zombie. Just like this, everybody has the ability to just combust out of fucking nowhere, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then we're gonna go ahead and let you finish this off, Dom. So go ahead, bro. Just give your final thoughts on the series, or on the introduction of the episode, bro.
Yeah, man, it was really good. And kind of like picking up where Nick just kind of like left off. It's a lot of nuance there, especially with like the Infernals, because it's just like, how long has this been going on? If you're already on 3rd generation, for this to have like a whole religion attached to it, it's just a lot of questions, man. Like they kind of have like a lot of doors that are open, but it's not, too much to the point where it's just like, oh man, it's just way too much information. It really has me wanting to like, get on the edge of my seat and like find out more about what the hell is going on. Plus, it looks cool as hell. So all the plus, man. Definitely a 10.
Rod?
I'm giving it a 10 easily. I enjoyed the hell out of it, bro. I wanted to rewatch the episode, but we had to watch Dr. Stone.
And Nick, go ahead. What's your rating on that, bro?
That's a solid 10 for me. Between the kid being named Shinra and then him being Bakugo shoot style, I'm sold.
All right, so yeah, the Couch Bros definitely approve of fucking Fire Force. I'm probably gonna make that my number 1 recommendation to anybody who needs to watch it and whatnot. And lastly, we're gonna go ahead and finish off this episode with a very special anime, and me and Dom's heart in particular, because we both read the manga, we're up to date with the manga, and we were both super, super, super excited when we found out that the anime was coming out. That's gonna be Vinland Saga. I also mentioned that on the first episode. It's an anime about Vikings. What more do you fuck know? So Dom, we definitely gonna go ahead and get your opinion first, seeing how you're the one who introduced me to this, and you've been on it. You've been on the Vinland Saga wave from day one. So go ahead and and just give a little backstory on how you found Vinland Saga, what it means to you, and what did you think of the first 2 episodes that came out?
Well, I'm a big signing guy anyways, so I really like, Berserk's like my favorite manga of all time. So just kind of going, Berserk goes on hiatuses for, 5 years at a time. So you want to kind of find something that's kind of close to that. Well, it kind of led me to the Vinland Saga. And man, it does not disappoint, man. If you just want those, those other storylines, I'm like shonen where, everything kind of gets like a nice little ribbon on it. And, you might have like a little bit of sadness, but it kind of all works out. That's not how signing works. That's not how Berserk works. And that's for damn sure not how Vinland Saga works. So just know that you're in for a ride, man. Like, it's really some rugged, harsh type stuff. If you're really into like Game of Thrones, but you don't want like a terrible ending, like you'll probably fuck with Vinland Saga. Especially if you like that season, what was that, season 6 or season 7 where they had like the Battle of the Bastards. Just like a lot of raw emotion, blood, sweat, and guts, like all in the anime. A quest for vengeance, a quest for, you name it. It just has just about everything that you could ever ask for as far as the action goes. And it does not necessarily have to work out. Like, it's like real life. So that's why I love Vinland Saga so much. And these first 2 episodes, man, pretty spot on, man. It was to the point to where it was so close frame by frame with the actual manga. I'm like, man, I had deja vu. Did I see this before? Because it was right there. So I'm very, very excited to have a good adaptation. Can't say the same for Berserk, but if I can get Vinland Saga, I think I can be very happy with that. Man, and it was just amazing. Also with the first 2 episodes, I'm always nervous when it comes to CGI and anime. Just for the simple fact of you don't necessarily know if they're gonna use too much or too little, or if there's some of the 3 animations are just gonna be weird or like choppy. And it wasn't. It was perfect. Just the correct balance of CG in there, and the animation looked great. Storyline is spot on to the manga. A1, super excited. I'm gonna have to get this one a 10 too. So summer. If you like action, like this is the summer for action. 2019 is the summer of action. Labeling it, calling it now.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with everything you just said. Like I said, me and you, we've been on it. We've already read the manga. We were just waiting for it to see. We were just waiting to see it animated. So as a person who my opinion is gonna be jaded, I fell in love with the story. So nothing the episodes could show me would make me change my opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and let the 2 people who are new to Vinland Saga and just go ahead and get their opinion. Rod, how did you feel about Vinland Saga, bro?
One of the first things I noticed in the first episode, I knew I'm going to be in for a gory, rugged, brutal action ride. Like, first of all, Thor's is the man. I know, I think Thorfinn, the young boy, I know he's supposed to be the main character, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so to people who are not familiar, Rod is referencing Thor's. That's going to be one of the first people that you're introduced to. And then Thorfinn is Thor's son. And Thorfinn is the actual protagonist of the entire series. But the first 2 episodes are mainly about Thor's. So go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, and you find out that Thor's was originally, well, you see him on the battlefield. They introduced that early. Come to find out, the Joms Vikings, they come to find him because there is a new war that's about to take place, and he was formerly a deserter, and they're willing to forgive him for all his crimes if he goes to war. And I just found it, this is my first time watching an anime that dealt with the Viking setting. I think they did a great job. They talk about going to war, and all the young soldiers start cheering, you know what I'm saying? Because, Vikings have the belief in the concept of Valhalla, which is a heaven for strong warriors. So, overall, I really enjoyed it. The animation was really good. The characters are pretty interesting so far. Thor's looks like he's a badass. I like it. I'm going to give it a 10.
I'm going to have to agree with all of you guys. I was blown away by it. The action, like Rod said, it was gory. It was gory, but at the same time, it was cleanly animated, if that makes sense. Great lighting in an anime, which is awesome for me, because you guys can't see, but I got terrible fucking eyes. So whenever something is animated very crisply, I appreciate it very much. The character Thor's, very interesting, a clear badass. His son is shaping up to be the same way for a young boy. But the one thing I did like more than anything about this anime, and it's kind of a thing with me, is the world that they built for this Viking world. And every aspect of it seemed interesting. interesting to me because even throughout the village, the young children, 6, 7 years old, they're all playing war. They all have wooden weapons and they're beating the shit out of each other. And that's all they do. That's the only game you see these kids playing. And then they also make vague references to Christianity. There's a point where Leaf, I believe it's Thor's father or old friend or some shit, he's an explorer, he makes a comment about wanting to celebrate the birth of Christ with the people in his home country. Fast forward to episode 2, you get introduced to some new Vikings who are actively throwing axes at a fucking priest tied to a post because they hate Christians. I am super excited to see where this goes.
All right, and Dom, like I said, you're the resident fan, so I know you want to go ahead and make another point, so go ahead. What did you want to get in?
Man, yeah, like, well, what Nick was saying, man, the historical accuracy is pretty spot on, too. I mean, granted, yeah, Vikings didn't fight all the time. They fought a lot. But Leif Erikson, like, really did discover America, like, a good 500 years before Christopher Columbus. So he got here first, man. He actually landed in either New England or in Canada. So Vinland is actually, like, that's actually, like, 100%, like, real. So, seeing as I hate Christopher Columbus and fuck Christopher Columbus, support this anime.
Yeah, that is the history teacher coming out of you, sir. That's definitely the history teacher coming out of you. And speaking of the historical accuracy, I do a terrible job because I always forget the actual creator's name. But before the dude who made Vinland Saga, he spent 7 years researching Vikings and Nordic lore before he even did it. So he knew what he wanted to do, but he said he couldn't make the manga without actually getting as much information as possible. And you're gonna see that for the rest of the season. Like there's a lot of stuff, like the artwork, the shapes of the ships, the weapons that they use, how the weapons are designed, their armor, the culture. That's why there's so much Christianity involved in it, because a lot of people don't understand. It wasn't just the guys that just fucking Thor cast-offs and shit like that. Like, and I mean Thor from the fucking MCU movies of Marvel. Like what most people think of Vikings. No, these guys actually had culture and stuff like that, and he wanted to input that into the manga as well. He didn't want to just show the brute force of what Vikings had and stuff like that. He wanted to have a balanced representation of what it was. So the historical accuracy is going to really show itself. Obviously, it's going to be embellished. It's fucking anime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you cannot slice a person in half with a fucking short sword, right?
But it looks badass.
But it looks badass, though. So,
badass,
yeah. So, like I said, going forward, you're going to really see a lot of the artistry even more, because there's going to be a lot of characters introduced. And this is my favorite thing that a good series has. Do I care about more than two characters? Do I care about more than the main character? So many characters have fleshed out character development. You're going to find yourself rooting for so many people. Like when Dom said, it's like Game of Thrones, but with a happy ending. It is, because you're going to have so many characters that you're going to be like, I really fuck with that person. And that's a skill to the creator and the way he wrote the story as a whole. So yeah, Vinland Saga, definitely a 10 for me as well.
You know, after watching the first 2 episodes, my seatbelt is strapped on, boy. I'm ready for this ride. Ready.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Between Vinland Saga and Fire Force, add that to Demon Slayer that's been out for a little while now, man. I'm pretty fucking stoked for this summer's anime. Dr. Stone was good too, don't get me wrong, but it didn't pull me in the way Fire Force did.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because like I said, I know Dr. Stone's gonna have a lot of shit up his sleeve. So when we're doing these reviews, we're literally just doing it off of our first introduction in the first episodes. So to anybody who's listening, go watch all of these anime. The point of this podcast is to be bigger than Dragon Ball Super, be bigger than fucking Naruto Shippuden. Like, there's so much that the genre has right now. We're trying to highlight everything that we watch. And to anybody who's listening, go ahead, like I said, go on our YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Definitely go in the comments section and give us some animes that we don't know about. And we also have a Facebook page as well, The Couch Bro. So anybody who's a fan, go ahead and just give us recommendations. We're going to go watch them and we're going to review them as well. So I know we had another good episode. I think it's time for everybody to check out. Dom, go ahead and check out since you're the newest member.
All right, man. Holding it down from Macetown. All right, y'all, Couch Brothers.
It's your boy Rob Man. Another episode complete. Signing out.
It's Nick here, signing out, boys and girls. See you next time.
Deuces.